So it's important to look at this journey and ensure that we are there for the moments that matter to an employee and we give a really positive employee experience.
Welcome to our viewers out there. Ruby will talk about transitions and transformations. She is Senior Vice President and Chief People Officer, Personal Collection Direct Selling Incorporated, full-time and seasoned HR leader for over 25 years with experience. I tell you this, she also worked on ED's projects using the exponential organization EXO framework. So Ruby, how did what did it take for you to really, how did you finally decide that you're going to embark on another journey?
Oh, okay. Hi, Miss D. So thank you very much, first of all, for a very generous introduction. It's always lovely to see you and, of course, to be here in Leaders Edge. It's an honor to be here, to be back here again. So very exciting times indeed. But it's very true po that it was really a struggle for me to make a decision, no, to move to another organization because really, the Aboitiz Group is my first love. If I may say, when I graduated from college, they offered me my very, very first job, which I super enjoyed. And I have a lot of friends from the group, and they're still my friends up to now. They're the ninongs and ninangs of my kids, even. And and I have so many mentors there, the people that I really love, and I have so many friends. So, but there comes a time in our lives that we are ready to push ourselves even more, right? And I think the couple of I think 2 years ago, I started thinking about it that maybe I need some change in my life and I need to rediscover what my strengths are beyond what is familiar to me. So, and as you said, it's not an easy thing. I really have had to think about it over and over again. So I'm very, very blessed to have leaders in the group who really talk to me and help me make the leap and the decision to uh, find another work environment, find another place where I can stretch myself even more and discover what my other professional and personal strengths are.
Right, right. Because I noticed what you were doing in Aboitiz is entirely different from what you're doing there now, because this is more of marketing for you. And by the way, congratulations. I saw the posting. Oh my gosh, even Tesla is now one of your partners. How did you manage that?
So what I think naman po that every program is not it's not just my own, it's really a team effort. So as a leader, I think what we really need to do is work with a lot of people to collaborate and use the leverage on the strengths of everyone so that we can come up with these programs. For that test, the program po that you saw, that is something that's really been started even before I joined a PC or personal collection. So I'm very lucky to be part of that program now that we're working with Tesla, because it will really help a lot of Filipinos be more professional in their selling. And then they will learn how to be more, to have more influence when they offer products to their customers. So we're very proud that personal collection will be part of that.
Wow, this is something else. So, Ruby, I noticed something also because I follow you on LinkedIn, Facebook, because I know that you really share. You share your knowledge, your experiences with all our colleagues, no, HR and outside of HR. So, I noticed that you are free, very generous. And I'm sure even some of the competition we learn also from your sharing. So I say this. Can you tell us a little bit more about the very basic differences from what you were doing at Aboitis and what you're doing here now? Because that's part of the transition. This is no longer just HR, correct? I'm right, correct? Yeah.
Actually, in personal collection, what I'm doing po is really focused on people and organization. In
Oh,
the Aboitiz group, I was more involved in the innovation projects and transformation.
okay. All
So
right.
that's the difference now.
Good.
But yes, for me, really, when I was younger, someone po mentored me, and she was talking to me, and she said, "Ruby, you have potential, and it seems like you have so many ideas." And then she asked me, so what do you want to be? Right?
Mm-mm.
As you progress in your career, how would you want to impact other people? So I shared with her that,
Mm-mm.
uh, because I really take pride in learning and development and in developing myself. I'd like to be seen as an expert. And then
Mm-mm.
she shared with me that, Ruby, you can be an expert, but you will not be able to help other people if you don't start sharing. So she
Yes, yes.
said, you cannot be an expert who is, very timid and will not open her mouth or will not share. So that's when I started to really look into myself and ask myself, oh, how can I do that sharing that she's talking about? So one of my weaknesses is really public speaking. I really, really get scared. So that's why I look up to you, Miss D, because I know that you are the icon of public speaking in many countries. So what I did, because I was so scared to speak up, I enrolled myself. I got an executive coach who would
Oh,
really go do one-on-one with me.
I see. I see.
Yes. So
You did not, in other words, you chose a different path, no? In other words, you did not just join a Toastmasters club, but you had somebody really coach you.
yes. So
Oh,
even at that time, I was already in a leadership position. So I was telling myself, should I be embarrassed because I'm getting this coaching from someone who's even younger than me? But I
okay.
really wanted to improve myself. And
Okay.
because I said, if I get promoted to a higher position, speaking to more and more people will be expected of me.
Right,
So
right.
I
Yes.
got myself a coach. I went
Uh-uh.
through every week we had sessions. She gave me practice sessions. I do it diligently. I She would give me critical constructive
Mhm.
criticisms, and I would really welcome that. And
Uh-huh.
then I started accepting speaking engagements, which really, I was really so scared. I would really sweat and I'll have a dry throat and dry mouth and all of that. But I just kept pushing. And I really placed myself in a very uncomfortable situation, which is public speaking. And I was so scared. And then I started getting more and more comfortable with it
Yes.
until I got more invitations to speak, and then
Yeah.
I met more people. I met more HR leaders, and I got very inspired by them because they're very fluent in speaking. They're very comfortable up on stage, and it was a very good opportunity for me to learn from them, and it really excited me. So after that, I started being more comfortable on stage and on screen. And then I got invited to more conferences and events. I even went to Singapore, to Malaysia. So now I still get scared a little bit, but I'm more comfortable talking
Right.
about
Yeah.
sharing what I know and my
Yeah.
experiences.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sometimes also, Ruby, it is a lot of people think, oh no, no, I get so nervous. I'm not so good. Actually, it's good to be a little nervous because somehow you become more alert, and a little
Yes.
and a little more enthusiastic. But that must Thank you for revealing that and sharing that with us because, see, uh, we need to get out of our own comfort zone. If we
Mm-hmm.
don't, it's difficult to grow. If you just stay, oh, I'm here, I'm just comfortable here. The growth is so limited. Yes. So
Yes, I
that is
agree.
a good revelation from you, and a lot of people should copy that because it will mean a lot. It means not only a brand new chapter in your life, but so much growth and learning. There is something that I noticed, and I'm really so curious about this. Explain to me, what is exponential organization framework? What does it mean?
Mm. Okay. So thank you for asking that because that's something that is really, really very interesting. So in the Aboitiz group, uh, EXO is one of the ways that they are transforming and innovating. So I owe it to the group that I learned about EXO from them. So it is an organization that would really is about transformation and innovation. So when they talk about transformation and innovation, they talk about exponential changes and growth. So sometimes, most of the time, we work with small improvements in the way we do our processes, our products. But when you talk about exponential organizations or EXO, you think of world problems, for example. And these are leaps and bounds of innovation. So that's why it's called exponential. It's not just about making changes na 10 steps ahead. This is about making changes. It's about 100 steps ahead or more.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what it's all about. And they do
So,
it in a very systematic
yeah,
way, and
yeah.
they teach you the framework. So kudos to the Abortis group because that's what they are doing, and they have that's why they are able to become the first or the only tech conglomerate in the country.
Wow. I remember those days when I was in Cebu. I'm from Cebu, by the way, and I worked with the CEO, Senior Eddie Aboitis. I remember him.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
they are very kind people. They always treat their people with a lot of empathy. I can never forget the kindness of the Aboitises in Cebu. And I was just so surprised because, wow, they're now into so many businesses. And wow, I
Businesses.
mean, it was before it was just limited to Cebu. Then all of a sudden, they're in Manila, all over the country. And then, what? I could no longer keep up with it. Wow.
Yes, they are in the different industries,
Yeah,
and yes, I owe a lot to them
yes,
because
yes,
I have learned so much
yeah, indeed,
all
indeed.
throughout the 20 plus years.
Right, right. And of course, they also have their own Toastmasters clubs. I'm
Yes,
sure you must have heard that. So,
yes.
wow, you also are passionate about fostering a culture of psychological safety. Can you explain that a little bit?
Okay. Psychological safety is giving that environment where people can be themselves, can ask questions, and sometimes we're not looking for perfect individuals here in the organization. We want individuals who are willing to test, to take risks so that they can improve themselves and also improve the organization. So we have to set up the environment where they don't feel like, oh, ay, hindi ako pwede magkamali or I will get fired if I do this. Because those are limiting thoughts and they will not be able to grow and they will not come up with new ideas if they do that. So having a psychologically safe environment allows people to be more creative, be more innovative. So, and it also starts with the leaders. We have to set up the environment so that people will start sharing and will not be afraid to challenge, even challenge you or challenge what they're doing. So, I would always always, in my meetings, I would always ask the people, if you're doing something and you feel like maybe there is a better way, ask yourself, is there a better way to do this? Is there a new way of doing this? Is there a technology or an app that I can use to make this better or to make this faster? So only people will only do that if they feel safe with you.
All right. Now, uh, to help us understand why you finally decided and somehow it not only for your personal growth, but somehow to for you to learn other things, go beyond your comfort zone. How does personal collection affect the lives of people? Like, for example, maybe you can talk a little bit about the products and how do you help people with what
Yes.
your products are offering? What is it, that somehow made you motivated you to say, okay, I I'm going to venture new in this new environment. What was it really?
So I was interviewed by our CEO, Jerome Tuguin, and in that interview, he made me realize how many people and families are impacted by the help of personal collection because we are into direct selling. Our products, we have home care and personal care products and nutrition products are not in the supermarkets or in other retail stores.
Oh,
So
okay,
we
okay.
distribute our products through people and we call them dealers. So when he was talking to me and he was sharing his very own experience with me, I was really very inspired by it because I didn't know that Personal Collection is the biggest direct selling company in the Philippines and we have 1 million dealers. And these dealers are almost all of them are women, female. So I remember when I was growing up, I was my mother is a public school teacher, so she taught in the public school for more 42 years. And you know the salaries of teachers is very small, and
Mm.
and my father is a government employee, so to make ends meet so that she can provide for us, they can both provide for us. She would sell, if you remember, Tupperware at
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
time. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
so she's a Tupperware lady aside from being a public school teacher.
Yes, yes.
So it is the same business model. So because at that personal collection is 21 years old. It's a 21-year-old organization. So back when I was in grade school, we don't have personal collection yet.
Yes,
Back
yes.
then it was Tupperware, and my mom would sell and would have a Tupperware party. So I can just relate to the female dealers of personal collection because they're really working hard. They have full-time jobs or they have families to take care of, and yet they would really go out of their way to join the organization and sell products. And what's good about personal collection is the products are really high quality. So we have toilet bowl cleaners for home care. We have our fabric conditioners. So we have so many products. We have a baby products as well. It will give them pride
All
to
right.
sell. Hindi
All right.
sila
Now,
mapapahiya. And
yes,
then
yes.
at the
Now,
same time, they're
oh,
able to help their families and send their children to school. So it is not just a business, but it's really very mission driven. So
all right.
it has become very, very attractive to me and to
So,
a lot of professionals who are working here in personal collection.
okay, now, there are many people like me, for example, I don't see it in the stores, all right, in the malls, etc. How do I get a hold of the products?
Oh, we should send the dealer to you. We should
Ah,
send the
okay.
dealer to you. We
Deal.
also have a
Oo.
Yes, the dealer is the one who shows you the products and can do a product demonstration, and
Oo.
you can buy the products from them. But
Yung,
if you are also using e-commerce, we're also on some platforms like Lazada and Shopee.
they're also found in Shopee and Lazada.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
how do we know the names of the products? What?
So you can search for personal collection and then you will see
Oh,
the
okay, okay.
products
So
there.
once you search for
Yes.
personal collection, then they will show the different kinds of
Yes.
products
The
like
different
home
kinds of
care. You
products.
mentioned home care and then
Personal care.
oh, all right. Oh, okay, okay. I got it. I got it. If you have Lazada or Shopee, you can also take a look at what you did. All
Yes.
right. So that
Or maybe I can share po later or no our website.
yeah,
we we also have
please.
our website and you can check the products there.
Oh, all right, all right. So you want to show it now? You can show it.
Ah, okay. Paano ko ba ipapakita?
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
I show?
Because because our viewers would be keen. I did not realize, honestly, I had no idea what the product lines are. So I said,
Mm.
wait, so I'm
So
so curious.
So our website is personalcollection.com.ph. So you can see all our products there. And if you are interested in becoming a dealer, there's also a link on how to become a dealer there. So it's a
Oh,
very
all
good opportunity. And we have
right.
our employees po kasi like myself, we have our monthly complimentary products. So we use it at home. So every product
Wow.
we use, we have toothpaste, we have fabric conditioner, we have
Oh,
so many.
you mean the employees are given certain items like compliments of the company?
Yes. So that's part
Wow.
po of our compensation and benefits package. So we get to sort of shop in our stores and then we are given an allowance and then we can use that allowance to buy the products that we need for our homes.
That's
So my
amazing.
parents really enjoyed that also
Yeah, yeah.
because
That's
they love our products.
yes, yes. Yeah, I'm amazed. I remember when my mother was still alive, she used to sell Avon, and then
Mm,
even Amway, etc. So those
yes.
were the big names before. But obviously now you are the biggest name in direct selling. It looks that way because you have so many also product
We have
lines
so
and
many dealers.
and so many dealers.
Yes.
You don't limit them. Right.
No, no.
That's
And
yes.
in fact, we are already in Malaysia. So we opened our Malaysia branch,
Mm,
and then we also have dealers there. Because Malaysia is sort of the direct selling capital of the
yes,
world.
yes,
So
yes.
now we started our operations in Malaysia as well.
Oh, well, yeah. And Philippines, very similar to Malaysia in the culture, etc. People's needs and wants very, very similar. So, are you targeting other Asian countries as well?
Right now we are focusing on the Malaysia expansion, but
Uh,
who knows? In the future, of course, the company would like to expand some more.
I'm telling you, Ruby, you are a sight for sore eyes. I tell you, I am so glad it's been a while and I can never forget all those fascinating topics that you talked about before. That's why when I saw and I was amazed, what? Oh no, how could she not be in avoided? How could she be there? Oh my gosh, my curiosity got the better of me. I really have to send you a message because I just para bang, what? Is this true? Ano ba yun? So, I really have to get in touch with you because I am just so curious. But I'm glad that you were able to also to learn a lot from Aboitiz. Because
Yes.
even me, I learned a lot from the Aboitiz group in Cebu. Oo.
Mhm.
So that's a big part also of my learning. So, okay, let's take a look at the future, Ruby. What do you see in the near future? What are the things that you see for you?
So in the near future, there's a lot of work to be done in the organization because we are starting a lot of people programs as well in PC. If you can see po my LinkedIn, I really flood it with, I just have this joy of sharing what the company is doing because we have
Yeah,
very generous. We have a very generous founder.
yeah,
We have a brilliant CEO, and I just love working with them
yeah.
and bringing this employee experience, positive employee experience. So in HR, I try to explain to all our leaders and to the HR team that,
Mhm.
the role of HR now is not just to crunch, papers or document transactions, but we're really architects of employee experience. Na
Oh,
every time when they ano pa lang when we're trying to attract them, what kind of experience do we want to give to the talents that we'd like to attract to our organization? When we are trying to onboard them, how do we want to make them feel as they enter the organization on their first day? We'd like to map out this what we call the employee journey from
mm,
the time that we're trying to attract them to onboard, hire them, and then onboard them, develop them, look at their performance, their engagement, and then, of course, their total rewards up to the time that they retire or they decide to move on to another company. So it's important to look at this journey and ensure that we are there for the moments that matter to an employee, and we give a really positive employee experience. And
mm,
sometimes it's also important that if sometimes it's not perfect, right? So meron pong mga ano talaga yan. Sometimes there are lows, right? Na let's say they're not performing well. How do we help them, or how do we support them in this time of their journey, at this time of their journey? How do we bring them back to being a better performer in the organization? And how do we deal, for example, with when there are difficult conversations? We should be able to do that as well. So I'm trying to make sure that I have a team that is capable of doing that, delivering a positive employee experience in their organization. And I'm also making sure that I give support to our middle managers, because middle managers are the key to ensure that, what we in at the top or in our leadership team, that we have so many ideas of how we want our organization to be, but those ideas and those philosophies will only come true if we train our middle managers to make sure that that's applied to their teams, no? How a big team, small teams, it has to be applied all throughout the organization. So
mm.
even recently, I've been going to our Cebu to meet our Cebu Visayas leaders. I went to Davao to meet our Davao leaders, and then our North Luzon, Central Luzon, Metro Manila, and South Luzon leaders also came here in the head office, because everyone's going through what we call a People Champions training. So we are training them to become better leaders and multiply very good leadership ability, so that people are not just work, because I said it, because we have high sales targets, so we it's high pressure, but I said we also need to give high support.
Mhm.
So the pressure, we cannot take that out because it's a very competitive environment, but we also need to ensure that we're able to give high support to our leaders and to our team members.
Oh, wow. I can see that this has really also changed your world. I mean, you're an entirely different world, but I can also see that your company is helping a lot of Filipino families because really, instead of worrying about, oh no, I need a little extra money. I mean, here it is. You just learn how to market, how to sell this to people you know, and before you know it, you are already having a steady stream of extra income.
Yes,
That is so welcome.
exactly po.
In
That's exactly how our founder has envisioned it.
yes, yes. That and of course this is Filipino owned, no, Ruby.
Yes, yes,
That,
Filipino.
wow, I love it. I love it because it's good. It's good that it's starting here and then also helping our kapwa Pinoys, because so that the rest of the Filipinos who are here and like they are feeling the pinch. They don't have to go abroad. They can
Mm,
stay here and make money. You know, help their families without having to search far and wide out of the country because you earn something there. Because not all the people who go abroad have what we call happy stories. There are some of them
that's
who
true.
also became very, very unhappy and victimized. So I'm
Yes.
glad that it's right here helping the Filipino families. So, Ruby, I'm so glad and thank you again for taking time out because, oh boy, there were a few times when you said, oh, I have this event and this, and I said, oh my God, I hope this will push. So thank you again, Ruby. And I want to stay connected with you because
Of
where you
course.
are right now and what you stand for, the company you stand for, is helping a lot of people. So I'm very interested in staying connected with you because there might be some people I know who can benefit from being also part of your dealership. Well, thank you again.
Yes,
And
definitely.
yes, yes. And ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker will be Professor Rene Domingo with a compelling topic on how to get ahead of your competition. This is so, it doesn't matter what industry or what products or services you are offering, but he has written a book about this, and I'm so glad. He also is very generous in sharing. I'm sure you're familiar with his name, right? AIM
Yes.
professor. So
AIM.
yeah, yeah. So I'm sure he will be helping a lot of people. And so we look forward also to his talk, his interview with us next time around. Ruby, I'll stay in touch. And thank you again. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, learning is a never-ending journey with limitless vistas. Take care, Ruby.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you very much, Paul.